2, 1.
Hello everyone, Russell Wright from networkempire.com, and I'm really excited to introduce the promotional area. We've actually moved on from the previous tutorials, and we're going to talk about the next area of the promotional section, which is what, Matt?
What we're going to do today is we're going to cover the promotional account creation, and then we're going to assign tasks for our promotions. Then we're going to look at the promotional screens where we actually write our promotional content and how to go about doing that. And then it's basically just publishing it. And then finally, the cherry on the cake, the RSS feed out of DWS.
Excellent. And I just wanted to chime in here that for those of you who have never used our application before, we do have a bunch of free training videos, and I've actually been told by some of the new students and users of our application that these training videos in and of themselves as educational material were instrumental in increasing the value of what they were doing for their clients, because we actually give a ton away just in the process of explaining how Domain Web Studio works. There's a huge amount of value, how to increase income, and how to close clients really powerfully with all of the various modules that we offer. So with that, I'll get out of the way, and let's just jump right into the promotional account creation.
Excellent. So in the previous video, we looked at the promotion plan setup, where we basically looked at what properties we want to promote it on, what's going on, what our competitors are doing. We then came back here to manage the promotional blueprint, and this is a screen we're on now where essentially we can see our silos, our categories, and if we had any supporting articles that we wanted to promote, how many suggested backlinks we need for each one, what's the time to rank, and what's the value, i.e. how much revenue can that keyword generate us over the period when we rank for them. We looked at how we can preset our dates in the future for specific keywords we wanted to promote, how to add them, with the end result being a full-blown blueprint that goes month by month, step by step, project by project, keyword by keyword, telling us exactly what we need to do on what platforms, as well as how much it's going to cost us. So with that done and said, the next thing we want to do is we actually want to start promoting. But to start promoting, we need to basically set up where we're going to be sending our promotions to. Now, most software tools that you get that do this automatically, they just grab the top authority type sites, and then they just go create accounts and do the basic stuff. Our system is slightly different in the sense that it's customizable firstly, where over here you can add your own customized products, simply fill in the description of what it is, and then the URLs where you sign up, register, so forth, what's the page rank if you can get it. And then you can see from our directory listing that we have here, we've got multiple categories which basically map out the entire web. So when we said you'll broadcast you everywhere now, it's literally true what we're saying, because we're covering article directories, blogs, bookmarking. We're going all the way through from directory submissions, ebooks, events, forums, how-to type sites, lists. We've got all the local directories in multiple English-speaking countries at the moment, photos, podcasts, press releases. It's just, the list is endless, and it's all categorized. So you can really define, customize things within DWS. But by default, when you open up the system, we give you a core properties, and these are the important things that you want for your website. Okay, so we've got FeedBurner, YouTube, Google+, like the local stuff, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. These are things you typically want to your primary website. You can see the page ranks, and you can also see the categories they fall underneath. But then underneath that, once your primary core properties are set up, and you want to start promoting, you've got the choices of doing promotional promoting, conversational, branded, local, media, and there's a little link over here to the one feed. So simply click on the link over here, and it'll take you to our members area where we actually tell you how to set up this one feed to rule them all. Okay, this links back to our members area. So when we look at promotional, we're looking at article directories, blog articles, and press releases. Okay, and you can see all the properties we have categorized. Okay, and a lot of them are high page rank websites. And with the one feed system, it helps you siphon a lot of that page rank through to your primary promotional place you're promoting to. Okay, and we're adding more and more qualified places to this as we move along. Next, we've got the conversational stuff. So we've got social groups and social profiles. We've gone through and vetted all of these. Then we've got the branded local, and in this here we've actually segmented and categorized US-specific citation type sites, directory submissions, local general directory submissions in Australia, Canada, the UK, standard citations that you should go by, and then US specific type citations. Okay, so for the local type websites, you just basically will go along and you'll do all your promotions. Make sure you get onto all these directories and get in there. Then for media, we've got video sites at the moment. This will expand as we add more media properties to it. Okay, but the point being is from here you can easily manage and order your content, and the way you do this is pretty simple. Let's just say, for example, we're going to just get video stuff created. Select the task owner. You select the date we want it done by. I'm also going to give them 2 hours to create me a YouTube account, a Vimeo account, and I want to have a Vidler account. Okay, that's all I have to do. And I click submit. Same as before in other videos, we'll get to our outsourcing screen where we define exactly what we want done. For purposes of saving time, it's the same form. And as before, if you've not seen this video before in any of our other videos, you can click on the source, you can embed videos into this. You click send instruction. This will email the person who's supposed to receive the task. And when we come back to our screen and we click on our video, we can see what we've ordered. So if you hover over the icon, it tells us it's assigned to be built. So the very next step in the process would be to come along to view account creation tasks. Now, the way DWS works is if we've assigned it to a person, okay, when they log in, if they're our staff or our outsourcing staff, they will see the tasks appear and they can just go in and create accounts. But if you're a one-man shop and doing everything yourself, you can just come along here and you can just fill in the username and the password for the account. Check it as completed and press submit. And what's going to happen is this will create the account for you. So for this local Google one, I'm just going to type in your test just for demonstration purposes. I'm going to press submit and I want to show you what happens. Okay. There the task actually comes out of our creation list. You can see we've got 3 left there. Okay, it was very, very rapid. But when we come back to our third-party platform accounts and we click on our videos, sorry, it was a primary account I created. There you can see test. So what the screen does is it manages all our profiles in one location for this specific product we're working on. So because DWS is scalable and if you're building empires, you can create multiple web rings. For each property or site within the web ring, you can actually have customized, organized account creations done where you get different profiles for each thing, and it's all organized and categorized. You won't be losing it. And what happens is when this is created, when your team comes to actually publish your content, that information will be available as well. Okay. Now, the very next thing what you do is once you've got all your accounts created and you see all the green ticks and you're ready to start promoting, you can actually come along to step 4 where you order your promotional content. Okay. Now we've created a local directory over here, so I'm going to go to branded and I want to show you basically what happens over here. All the screens work the same. Okay. By the icon you'll see that you're in a different category. So if we click on promotional content, you can see we're broadcasting out on the promotional channels. And the way it works is you can order all your keywords, you can order the first 4 weeks or the next 4 weeks worth of work, or you can go to a specific task and you go to a specific date in your promotion and you can select a specific keyword. Okay, so typically when you do this, you click on that radio button, find all keywords, press find unassigned tasks, and it opens up this little order form over here. And here we can place orders for articles, blog directories, and press releases. Now, if you order all your content and you've got set teams working for you, you essentially can order all your work up front. You can go and say, okay, I need 172 of those done. So if I type in 555, okay, it's not going to work. Okay, you basically have to go in and put in exactly what is needed over there. Okay, and when you order the content, that will assign the content to a writer and it will assign that order to a specific publisher. Okay, and as soon as you click assign, this will go around and it'll do it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to order 10 articles. Okay, just for this exercise, I'm going to assign the writing to Sarah, and then I'm going to do the publishing work. Okay, so when I assign it, I'm going to assign 1 hour per article. And my cost for the article, because we're going to repurpose my content, I'm going to charge $5 for that work. So I'm going to click assign specific task. Same process again. Put our instructions in. We say exactly what we want done with that batch of content, and we say send instruction. As you'll see there now, the 172 has changed from 172 to 162, and we've got 29 articles assigned. 10 of which will go to Sarah, and 10 promotional tasks will go to me. So we sort of, in one action, we split up 2 different roles for 2 different people. Okay. Now, when we come to media syndication, same thing again. We can order our media material. We need to sort of create 56 videos for the duration of this entire website. So I'm going to basically just come along here, say I want 10 of those, and I'm going to deal with the videos. Okay. And as you see, as we work through step 4, it's really basic. It's the same step over and over again. But when we're doing this work as project managers, we're thinking, okay, what are we going to do with this batch of videos? Where are we sending them? What's the goal of this? How are we going to put it? And what's the message? And we put it across. So you sort of plan out your whole thing. And there I can see I've got my 10 assigned. So once this is assigned, okay, we come to the Wright promotional content area. Okay. Now, depending on what type of task you're doing, if you're doing conversational or branded tasks, these tasks will not fall into the promotional area here. They go straight to publishing because there's actually nothing really to write. It's more of this going and taking, for example, branded content. It's more going taking the business URL, the business address, and creating the citations and getting them into the directories. That's what you're basically doing. So you're creating all your citation areas and you're building your stuff out that way. So when we come to writing and look at the actual article writing, and when we come to the screen here, we can actually see the article directory. We can see it's a promotion, who it's assigned to. There's our targeted keyword. Okay. Now what DWS does, which is really, really very clever here, is DWS auto-assigns your DNA Braid anchor text keywords here. It manages your backlink portfolio. So on this one here, we got a with bag credit promotion, but it's actually telling us to use fix my bag credit quickly as the actual anchor text. Okay, so you can see it's managing all our keywords for us as we're working through this list. If I go to the next row, we can see the credit for bag credit history. As we go to the next ones, erase bad credit. So what you're seeing here is very, very powerful. DWS is taking all your information from the Silo framework and the DNA Braid and it's incorporating it into your promotion. Okay, so you're not just getting one static backlink pointing to your content. So if we click into the actual article here and we come to write our article, what DWS will do is if we've written the primary article, which we should have done over here, okay, there's an article with bag credit. This is the primary page we're linking to. So remember, you're doing multiple promotions across multiple places, and you're going to be putting a backlink back to the primary page within your website. If this is not clear for you guys, the page we're promoting is with bag credit. And on our primary website that we've published and it's live now, this is the article for with bag credit. What we're doing here now is we're going to write a promotional article leading people in to go back and read this article over here. This is, we're driving the traffic to here. So this is a very important thing. And this is how you repurpose content. We can come here and we can use parts of this article to create another article over here with the anchor text. Now the way this works is with DWS, when we set up the URL structure, it automatically creates this trackable URL for you, okay? And the first one, the site backlink URL, you can take this and test it by putting in your browser, and it should load your page. If it doesn't, then you need to go and reconfigure some things. But then it gives you 2 choices. You got tracking and no tracking. It gives you the anchor text put in there. So if we take the anchor text with tracking, this is all being set up for when we work with our PKM module, okay? And when I stick that in there, what you're going to see is it puts the URL, gives us all these IDs that are relevant to our campaign. And essentially what it's doing is it's pre-preparing everything for us. So there's our keyword, fix my bag credit quickly. Your writer can just grab that and they can actually write a sentence around that to actually have a nice call to action to lead the people back to your primary article. When people on the web view that and they actually click on this link, what the information is going to give DW back is what article sent that person, what anchor text was used to actually get the click, what property that you promoted on actually drove the traffic back to you, and with the new trackable JavaScripts we're doing, which we'll put on your completion pages, that will actually cookie the client and will tell us roughly from the time they clicked on that article till the time they hit your promotional page and got cookied till the time they actually bought something or filled in a form for a service, how long it actually took for them to make the decision. And this is really, really powerful. So what's essentially happening over here, as you're writing your promotional content and you're putting the trackable URLs in, this is going to give the system back the information it needs when the PKMM module is released. That will basically give you a full report of how and where and when people actually came to your website, what promotion is actually working, what media type is actually working, what part of your broadcast network is actually being effective in actually creating sales in your network. And this is powerful information. Okay, so typically what you'll do is you'll just come along here, you write your article, you got access to the DNA bridge, you can actually use these in the article when you're writing them, and you just click completed, it'll create the promotional article. That once again removes it from the list, and then it comes down into the actual firewall. Okay, now the publishing firewall is the place where we actually look at the content and we read it. Okay, and as soon as the article is finished, we can actually go into the article, we can read it, we can make sure that everything is 100% for that promotional article, okay, and it's not a lot of rubbish that's going out from an outsourcer. And then if we're happy with it, we can actually sign it off, and that goes into our publishing tasks. Okay. Now the purpose of the firewall is to prevent you from publishing rubbish material. You want to just check everything and make sure it's right. And if it's good, sign it off, it moves through the process. Because once it's published on the web, it's there. Okay. And a lot of times, especially if it's been indexed, it's a pain to get it off the index. So when we come to our actual publishing tasks, okay, same story again, click on the link, and what the publisher is going to do is he's going to come down to the bottom of the page here. He's going to have all the trackable URLs, he's going to have absolutely everything he needs to actually go and publish. He will come along and he will fill this in. Now we can see that this is blank, okay, and we need to publish this to an article directory. So I'm just going to hop back up and show you how we can quickly just go in DWS and set this up. So we're going to go to article directory. I want to put this on, let's just say delicious for now, and I'm going to assign this to myself to sort out. I'm going to do it for today, and so that's going to take me 30 minutes. Sorry, 30 minutes. So you put 0.30, okay, I've got that. We're going to submit this task. Going to send myself the instruction. I'm going to come down to promote. So when I want to publish this task, I'll click on that. Now the system knows that we want to deal with one of our directories, and then we've got our property. There's delicious. Okay. So if I just go here and I just type in delicious, let's go delicious. I was going to show you what happens with bad credit. Let's say, for example, we've published this article, and how's that, eh? Okay, that's not what I wanted. Those are links. These are just helping out. Let's just say this is where we've published our link, just for this video. I don't want to take forever here. All you'll do is you'll put that in there, okay? And there's our article, there's our headline, okay? Once we've done all that, we published it, and it's on the website. We're happy with everything over here. We click complete a task. This is going to basically sign us off as done, and you can see we have no more tasks to do. As soon as we press that submit button, this is basically going to fire that feed straight through the one feed to rule them all, okay? Our DWS promotion one feed, okay? And if we look at the feed URL and I open that up there, what you'll see is that article we just published, benefits of debt consolidation, okay? And this will link back to the website that we just published on. Okay, so to explain what happened now in this process, we created a promotional plan. We created the properties where we believe we're going to get the best results from, okay? Promotional content through different media types. The parts that we could write content for, we wrote content for. The other types that don't require content written, they're more of just publishing like the company details and all that kind of stuff, gets done here in the publishing. We published it, and as soon as we said we've published it on this property, we put the actual URL in. That's gone through the one feed promotion, okay? And as soon as that hits the one feed RSS out, that then automatically distributes that post across the web, that URL, that description of that post. Everything that's related to this gets pushed through, and that creates your bookmarks, your RSS feeds, and all your links back to this page, which gets this page indexed, which then pushes all the traffic back in. Okay, and that's how fast we just broadcast a message across the web using the DWS system. And this is how simple it is to actually use the promotion part of DWS. And that's it, guys. There's nothing. Sue, do you want to add anything to this, Russ? You want to add anything?
Well, I think that this is a good overview, and I want to encourage people who may be seeing this for the first time to attend our weekly webinars on, I'm not going to actually give a date because we do change those from time to time, but do visit networkempire.com to get the complete information. Now, there's a lot of things that Matt's just covering here. If you don't have a previous context, it's not going to be that helpful. So do be sure to visit our other videos at networkempire.com/members-area. Again, networkempire.com, one word, /members-area. There's a few things in here I could toss in. I'm pretty excited about the one feed to rule them all system. This is the other processes that you will have seen in other videos create a massive tsunami of different kinds of multimedia content, and they're put together in a single feed, which we will also train you on how to use to create massive broadcasting, multimedia broadcasting across the web. And Sue and I are ramping up with many courses on this. There's already a lot of pre-existing courses at networkempire.com available to all members. Many of our members have said that the value of our membership area is even the content alone is worth the value, even aside from the software. So that's it for now. We'll get more into that at a later date, and we have more and more training as the information changes. So what is our next training schedule in our series here, Matt? Is this the end of our training series for the free training for members for now, and we'll just update these modules, or how do you see that going?
Yeah, basically what we've done in this course here is we've taken the guys through the silo framework, explained that the DNA braid, what it means, how to work up the team, how to write your primary content, how to build and publish your website, and then the promotional plan, how to set it up, and how to basically use the controls. And from this, hopefully we've shown the guys that even though the system seems massive and scary, it's actually not. It's a gentle giant, but it's very, very powerful. And
it is, yeah.
It's super easy to use. So this is the last part of the process.
Okay, let's talk again about this is the last module in our series, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so just so you know, I get a lot of questions about this from users and sometimes a help desk. On this free training area, we will have much more free training to come about specific aspects. But when we update the application and when we update certain functionalities, we email everyone, we let them know, we include it in the members area, and we will actually replace. The cool thing about the way we've modularized this, like let's say that the promotional plan has a bunch of new things like we're actually building onto it. We'll just replace this video, give you a new tour, and let everybody know. So we'll give you the actual dates of the videos inside there because we're in rapid development right now with this. And Matt is again in the move to another location. So when we move into that area, once he gets kind of settled, and after we finish our other trainings, we'll have more and more videos and just continue to update. Just be sure to check out the dates. Everything's evergreen for the most part, but when we have major updates, we'll go ahead and update the video as soon as possible and check back regularly to members-area. Anything else, Sue, Matt, you want to add to this before I close this?
The last thing I want to say, guys, just on my side, and I think Sue's got something to say as well, is just follow the process. Start at the beginning and work your way through. If you're not sure, refer back to the members area for the training. There's a lot of detail there, and it's very, very detailed. So because this whole process is built on a stackable system, we've got the training to support the process, and we've got the software which supports the actual network empire process of building these things out. And the system is totally flexible. It can do whatever you want. If you want to promote a single keyword website, you can do it. If you want to build a 2,000 keyword blueprint, you can do it. The system maintains and does this. It's totally up to you, and it will help you do whatever you need it to do. That's just how we've designed it. So it's totally scalable and it's flexible. And that's all I want to say about the tool, and it's simple to use. Once you learn the steps, it becomes very, very easy.
Excellent.
The other thing that I would say is, yes, the other thing that I would say is, as you guys work through, if you have questions that we didn't get into enough granular detail in these videos, please shoot them to the help desk, and we'll make videos specifically on that question, and we'll add that into this framework so that it becomes more and more granular as time goes on.
Indeed, indeed. And all the feedback that we get from everybody does help create better and better training. We're moving towards world-class training, while we are actually prototyping and building more and more modules. And so I'm really, really excited about that. Let me correct that. We're not in prototype. This is Domain Web Studio 4.0. But we have major benefits and features that we're adding constantly. Some of them have never been done before ever anywhere. So it's a good idea to continue to check back. And thank you very much for your time. And we look forward to seeing you guys and gals on the inside of networkempire.com. Russell Wright and the Network Empire team signing off.